Hey guys, how you doing? Alex coming at you from where the fuck are we? What town is it?
Westchester.
Westchester, Pennsylvania. Lund Racing HQ. We just came back from a track rental. If you belong to the Lund Racing, Lund Racing support group, you'll see that we took the Grey Goose, we took the 2020 GT500, and we took Brandon's on 3, China, Choo Choo Boy, fucking 6R80 with a 4200 hub, Fox body, and Dakota, his non-driving ass, was out there with his Boss 302. He was just fucking it all up, but it was a good time. We all had a good time. Now, before I get too crazy, I'm gonna make sure I look up the guy who won last week's MFP crank support for GT500s. I'll make sure I show you guys so you don't, think that I'm, playing favorites or whatever the fuck, but he had over 100 votes on his comment. The comment was that he had a 3-valve or a V6 with an '07 GT500 drivetrain, and he got over 100 views on it. And I told him to hit me up because he won with over 100 votes. Let me put it up here again. E85 because on the shift. Oh my god! Here we go. 1080p monitor. Boom. Okay, so right here, 104, Big X Wendell, right here. He won. So I did reach out to him, and I'm hoping he emails me, and we can verify who he is. Says show more replies. Okay, beautiful. So hopefully he emails me, Big X Wendell. He won the crank support. Email me. And as you guys know, last week I gave away a set of LU47s. Craig, and I'm going to ship them tomorrow. So they're in an FIC box. LU47s right here. So Craig gets those. Big X Wendell gets the crank support retailing at like $1,500. So I basically gave him $1,500. You're welcome for that. Big X Wendell, there you are. Email me, brother. Email me, and I want to make sure I get you the part as soon as possible. I get back to Florida Saturday, so I'll ship it Monday or Tuesday. I'm off the following week, so I'll just ship it to you, and you should be good to go, brother. Yeah, anytime, Big Wendell. You're welcome. Thank you for commenting, and hopefully we can put that crank support to use in your V6 with a '07 GT500 drivetrain. So let's talk about what happened today at the track rental. So we get to the track rental, and the goal was to 60-foot the Grey Goose. It was just there to 60-foot and get suspension stuff dialed in. What's up, YouTube Corrupt and Free Speech? Nice seeing you. I missed you on the dating channel last week, but I did it on Sunday or something like that. So what we wanted to 60-foot the Grey Goose. So after going out there and doing some suspension tweaks, it's got full UPR stuff. It's got Viking stuff in the front, Viking in the rear, UPR in our roll bar, UPR upper and lowers. Everything was, we worked on instant center, all that stuff. And the car was cutting good 60-foot time. So we said, why don't we just keep getting after it? And what did the car end up running? A 7.8
at 182.
7.8 at 180 plus mile an hour. And then we think the track started to get away from us towards the end of the track. The 1-2 shift just wasn't happy. So we said, okay, let's just live to fight another day. But Senior went out there, made a couple of licks, a couple of low 8s, then one solid 7-second pass. And, we're very happy with that. Then we ended up, for whatever reason, I told Junior, because we were waiting for Senior to, I think we were waiting for a cool down or we were waiting for whatever, but I told Junior, get in the GT500, get in the 2020 GT500 and make a lick. And he goes out there and he runs a 1030 on pump gas with a 2625, right? 2625 pulley, non-ported blower, ID 1000s or 1050Xs.
Yeah, that's 3 mods.
Pulley, injectors, tune.
Free-flowing
exhaust. And that's it. So tune, free-flowing exhaust, injectors, and a pulley. The thing went 1030, and it ended up going 138 on pump gas, meaning sheets or Wawa. What the fuck you guys got up here? Giant Phillips 60. Giant grocery store. Bad. It's like going to Kroger, Stop and Shop, or Big Y for your gas. And that's my areas. And then he put a Canatorco in it, and it went 10.2 at 140. Right? And it didn't really mix that well. The knock sensors were happy, but you know what? We weren't really out there to race that car. That car was just like the get there vehicle. Then Brandon Arita here, seen here, took his 4 200 equipped on 3 twin turbo car, and he ran 9.0. He's trying to get weights, and he went 9.0 at 158.
58.
158, a lot of mile an hour. But
There's a reason why you buy the good stuff for your motor, not the.
so the valve springs, he had valve flow after 18 psi.
Yes. So before it was 23, and I
Right.
was like, all right, let's just do 20.
Okay, so basically
just got worse.
he started experiencing valve flow after his exhaust fell right off. Like it fell right off on the track, and he was like, "Oh, this is sick," and we were like, "All right, sweet." So basically, we did that. Then a customer showed up, Randall Hadid. Now, you guys know the tax collector. Anyone that watches my channel knows who the tax collector is, and it is a 2014 GT500 that was a Florida grudge car. I knew how well it ran, but Mr. Hadid bought the vehicle, and then he installed the cage. And you know how grudge guys are? They get a jockey, no cage, shorts, and flip flops, and they run a 790, and then they drive it home. This guy was similar to that, but then Randall got it. He goes, "I want it to be legal. I want it to be safe." So he put a TIG Vision roll cage in it and a parachute. And he got it up here, and he never really took it to the track. So we said, "Hey, he's like, Alex, would you mind driving the car?" And I was like, "No, I don't really want to drive the car because I'm here to be kind of crew." But it was a good opportunity so that he can verify that the car is a legit badass, and me to get my feet wet in a car that has trans brake, a car that has a little bit of everything.
Oh, their contraption.
Oh, the contraption? Okay. So, yeah. So, because I travel and I have a hard time bringing all the equipment with me, Senior, I had an issue with the microphone stand. So, Senior goes ahead and jerry rigs up. Oh, Senior got me this. This is the, what is it called? Upper camber arm. And Brandon got me a nice C-clamp to make sure that the show went on, and I appreciate them for doing that. But anyway, Randall Hadid's car went out there. Now, we foot braked it, and we found out it needed spark plugs. And it went 9.5. 3.75 pulley, 4.5 whipple.
Oh,
With
no, it wasn't a 3.5.
3.75.
3.5. It was a 3.5.
It was a 3.5 pulley. 3.5 pulley with a 4.5 whipple, I think, with a Wilson inlet. Anyway, long story short, I went out there, foot braked it like a badass that I fucking am, and went 8.3 like a man. And then I went out there and I fucking trans braked the motherfucker again, went 8.1, 169 like a fucking man. Plain and simple, done. You know why? Because it has a fucking blower on it, and I don't have to do shit. Just go, brrrr, and it fucking does the shit. No drama, no bumping in, no fucking spooling, nothing. Brrrr, done. And it was perfect. 8.1, 169. It was fast, guys. It felt fast, but above all, it was smooth. I'm telling you, it was just smooth. Power by the Hour built it. Donnie was involved in it. Jake was also involved in getting a couple of things upgraded for Randall. It does have an air shifter attachment that I didn't use. I just slapped the shifter and it did its thing, and it was a ton of fun. So I've gone 8.1, 169. I can say that. Senior ended up going 780 in his Grey Goose in the second day out. Brandon went a personal best mile an hour. The GT500 went 10.2 and ET, and the GT500 went at 10.2. Dakota almost stalled the car 3 times on the line. So it was a good time. It was a real good day. We had a customer also that went a personal best on 3 S550. He ended up going 9.1, 151.
152.
And I'm going to try, we all got video of it. So I'm going to try to compile all this in a video, whether it be here or on the Lund Racing channel. Also, we want to congratulate David Van Voris. Voris or Norris?
No, Force.
Voris. David Van Voris for going 7s. Another remote tune Gen 3 S550 coming to you from Lund Racing. It's getting old, guys. Shit's getting old. 7s is normal now. It's normal now. Like, I probably could have gone to 7 today if conditions were right without even trying on a car that has had the same tune on it for 2 years, and we haven't really messed around with it. So it was a good day, a good week. So I'm glad that we got the MFP crank support given away. I'm glad that I was able to hit up the track today with the guys at Lund Racing. So I'm going to get right to it. That's basically my opening monologue, talking to you about upcoming videos about today's track event. and I'm going to try to get it all compiled into a nice video for you guys, whether it be on this channel or the Lund Racing channel. But we'll be releasing details throughout the week, so stay tuned on the Lund Racing support page if you're a part of that, or the Facebook page on Lund Racing, or the Instagram page, and we're going to slowly release some of the stuff from the track session today. So as always, my analytics are fucked, so I'm going to try to reboot. So if I lose you for a second, I'm going to try to reboot so I can see who the hell is actually paying to chat. So hold on for a second. I have to reboot sometimes because the stream doesn't show the the paid chat. It only shows me the peasant chat.
Are you playing a commercial? Right
No. I just refreshed the page, and viewer activity. See, it comes back, so I can see who pays me. So bring your wood screws. Gave me $10 and said the GMC Hummer EV is going to dominate the performance truck market and give the U.S. EV market what it really wants. 1,000 horsepower, 11,500 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, four-wheel steering in both truck SUV format. You are smoking fucking crack. There's no fucking way that's going to come to the market. You're saying they're going to come out with a GMC Hummer electric vehicle that's 11 foot-pounds of torque and 1,000 horse and 0 to 60 and quicker than a Hellcat? I'd like to see it. Where'd you see that? I'd love to verify that, but I've never heard of any of that shit happening. But if it is a thing, we'll take a look. Jesus Christ, Matt. What the fuck? I'll get to you later. What the fuck's wrong with you? SK Performance Chef says, tell us what's good, Alex. We have you on live on Shop Stereo. They want me to say, flap, pling, crank. They love hearing that, and they paid me $5, and I am a monkey, so I'll do whatever the fuck you want for money. Mustang Gang says, love you long time. $5. El Coyote says, thoughts on David Van Voor's 7-second pass. The car is, he on stock motor, wasn't he like an 8.2 car?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the exact ET, but it was fast.
It was a
I
fast.
want to say it went 8.0.
It was like a really low 8-second Gen 3 stock motor car, single turbo kit, no kit. It's like a custom turbo system in that car. I hate saying kit because it's not a kit. But the guy, congratulations, man. He went out to Streetcar Takeover, represented himself, his channel, and Lund Racing with doing a hell of a job down there. Give him Hellcat says, tune Hellcats. I don't think we're ever going to tune Hellcats. It's just, I mean, we could do a couple. Seniors here, by the way, for those of you that want to ask Senior a question, he's probably monitoring on the chat, right? He's probably on the phone. If you want to ask him any questions, he's probably there just to talk some shit with us, but he's here live. So if you want him to sneak in and say hello, that's up to you guys. Matt 2011 GT says, $50 for Dakota for hooking me up with the E85 this past weekend. SET is in the mail. Thank you, Matt. And Matt, that will be this week's giveaway. I'll talk about it later on. I will be giving away a dead rat, so we'll let you know the details on that later on in the show. Matt, thanks again for everything. I know the last 2 or 3 weeks you've given me a lot of money. You don't have to do that. I treat your $100 donation as I would a $5 donation. Really, really keep that money. I love you, but don't give me that much money. That's a little silly. Garage Junkie says, FI interchiller kit for the 20 GT500 worth it versus Ice Tank? Well,
I guess it depends on what you're going to do.
yeah, interchillers, just like the Hellcat interchillers or killer chiller, whatever you want to call them. I think it's a good idea in theory. But look, when you go wide open throttle, the AC system shuts off. So hopefully that water is cold enough to maintain the IATs at bay. But if you do back-to-back roll racing, that could be a problem. But if you do drag racing, I think it'll be fine. If you cool everything off at the staging lanes, turn off your AC, get up there and go watt. Or I think if it has a integrated inner chiller situation, it doesn't drip on the ground. Maybe it has a drip pan for all the hell I know. It'll be a good drag racing thing, but I don't think it'll be good like Texas roll racing back to back to back. It's not going to be good for it because eventually they'll just get hot because at watt your AC shuts off. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If they got around that somehow and allowed an AC compressor to go to 7,000 RPMs while it's running, I highly doubt that's a thing, but we'll see. Wonder Racing says, Grey Goose for the win. Yeah, man. Didn't you find like another bolt in the valley somewhere?
Yeah. I put it in my pocket.
I love you, Keith. We just like fucking with you. But thank you. Great. You did a killer job with that car. We got the suspension dialed in, and it is making. What was the max boost it saw today? 28?
27.
And what's the and it went 7.8 and 180 something. That's a
182.
that must have felt real stupid. Now, you said you have to upgrade the brakes on the thing because you're like, this,
That's like
the chute does nothing.
3.5-year-old Aero Quick brakes, and they're small.
Dude, yeah.
Worn.
At
I never
180.
replaced the bucks in them.
Or a bigger chute.
Or a bigger chute.
Or a bigger
I'm gonna
chute.
have to check the chute size. I think it's supposed to be a 32, which is the extra large, and I think it's a 30. I may have screwed up. So I have to upgrade chute in it.
But slowing down from 180 is something else. And it was cool to see the suspension. He worked on the suspensions for a week. He absolutely killed himself on it. So it was nice to see all the hard work come together. Junior with the tuning, him with the driving. It was just really nice to see the Grey Goose back in action since Mod Nationals 2017.
2017, and then when we got back home in November of 17, when we still had Desan Holloway, because we went down to MIR for a private rental, and the last pass on that car was an 832 by Desan Holloway. First time ever in the car.
Oh, wow.
Broken lower control arm bushing. Some DMR.
He doesn't care. He just keeps hitting the up
Red
button.
falling off the back and,
He's tucking all that
yeah,
shit.
so, that all got changed, so it's all spherical.
Yeah, it's all spherical. It's all UPR stuff now, and it's literally working perfectly. Excellent. Matt760 says, nice seeing you guys together. Appreciate all of you. Matt760, you are pissing off Aleph Man and some other shit-ass beaner tuner over there. And those guys, I think they're going to start like, didn't they threaten your family? Because you beat them in a roll race? The fuck's wrong with people in California? Oh my God. Arturo Morcillo didn't say a goddamn thing. He wrote the letter C, gave me $5. My favorite type of question. I don't have to answer it. Cuban Coyote. My God, what is wrong with you? You've given me enough, please. You don't need to do this, but thank you. I'll take it. Says channel support. Can't wait to get to the taxi. How fast we can go. Lund for the win. Cuban Coyote, unrelated. Cuban Coyote. The 8-1 pass that I did today on the GT500 had a turbo 400 in it. Do you know what I am saying? So, so it did really good. Ian Martha, he says, that's a nice shirt. Does it come in adult men's size, Bicho? Just busting chops. Thanks for great content. Look, it's not my fault. These guns just try to get out all the fucking time. This is actually a large, right? Isn't it a large? You guys all baggy ass having large. You put this on, it's just going to be like an American flag draped on you. What the fuck? It's just loose as shit. Sorry, you have no fucking arms. Ian Martha. He's actually local to me. He's a good dude. Arturo Correa says, I have a 1750 with all the bolt and all the bolts are fully on. 57,000 miles, debating on either boosting it or sell it for a 13 boss. What do you think? Is 57 too much to boost? 1,000 miles. Love the chit chats. Keep up the great work. It's not too much to boost a 57,000 mile car. He has a 180,000 mile Fox Body S197 with fucking valve flow, and it went 9.0. Piece of shit, just dripping shit all over the track. Exhaust falling off it. The front end came off, and it drug under the car. He boosted it, so you can boost it too. It's not going to be a problem. But Arturo Correa, I would keep the 1750. The Boss 302 is great. I think it's a wonderful car, limited run, and you'll get more for your money later on. But in terms of just all-out performance, your Gen 2 is fine. Keep it, boost it, little VMP Gen 2 action, Paxton, or Turbo. And you're going to be good. 57,000 is not too much to boost that car, brother.
It's just now broken.
Yeah, it's ready to go right now. Matthew Goodall, what's up, brother? Channel support, bitch. Still no 11s on the red cartoon. Was strong in the 60 foot, but I'm spinning into second. Added IRS subframe braces, Viking shocks, and better tires on the way. You demand. Yes, sir. The 1-2 shift is violent on the tune that I gave you, so you'd better have grip going on that guy. Mustang Gang says, hey, Alex, big fan. My name is Gabe. Gabe Itch. Gabe Itch. Very nice. Gabe Itch. I like it. Gabe Itch. Are you cousins with Ice Wallow come? Neftali Hernandez says, best gears for a 14 VMP Gen 3 supercharged 5.0 with an MT82 will be mainly street driven and occasional track days. 331. 331. Real nice. See, he was here and he had 331 simultaneously. Zach Camp says, down to my 14 manual GT with a Roush blower made 628 raw horsepower. Car's a premium and full weight. Do you think I can crank out a 10.9 in the quarter, 300 plus treadwear tire, currently on 20s? No. You will need grip, sir. You'll need grip because my black car, when I made 650 wheel, I needed a DOT Pro, but I slipped the clutch. It was a stock clutch at the time, and it barely eked into the 10s. So I don't think you'll be able to do it on a 300 treadwear tire. One, you will not be able to cut a better 60 foot than a 1.8. No fucking way. And if you do the 1-2 shift, you're going to go straight sideways into the wall, take out the barrier, and there goes everyone's fucking track day. So please don't do that. On 20s even. Woof. Matt 2011 GT already gave me $100 and gave me another 10. Electronics on my stock auto body are fried. Should I just buy a new stock one, or is there another aftermarket you guys recommend for Gen 1 Autobrock 2300? Stock, you can get a BBK 85 millimeter. We don't recommend any BBK products, but if you want a bigger one that does not require any changes to the tune and you happen to get a good one, I guess you can get that, but I prefer you keep it stock, brother. Or you retrofit something big in there, like a twin bore or something that we could tune it like a conventional TVS.
Kind of like what you did.
Yeah, basically like what I did. I basically retrofitted a Whipple throttle body into a Edelbrock blower, and the car doesn't know it's a TVS. It has Whipple throttle body, injectors, and MAF. It thinks it's a Whipple. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter. Garage Junkie gave me $100. What's wrong with you? Wawa Hoagie money for Lund Racing team for that trackside support last Saturday. Cheers, motherfuckers. Thank you, Garage Junkie. Insane Mustang, just fresh, clean off of a SCT runner-up in one of the classes on the SCT, I don't know, East Bumpfuck, Oklahoma, wherever the fuck it was last time. It's in like weird places. It's not like ever in like Orlando. SCT, Alaska, Anchorage. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my God. SK Performance Jeff. What are your thoughts on PRI being canceled this year? Don't know if you saw the VMP 26 2.65 Gen 3R Terminator horsepower record. Yes, I did see that. SK Performance Jeff. 1,000 horse, 11-to-1 compression, E85 Cobra made 1,000. Super impressive. PRI being canceled is smart. This is why. Vendors sometimes have to like wait all year to go to that event. So imagine all of them wait all year and they're like right at the cusp of making it. They're scraping by and they go there and that usually gives them a bump. But then the resources taken to get to the show, Senior, you know exactly what that was like getting to that show. Even though Anderson composites were great, it was a chore to get to that show. And then you get there and nobody shows up because of COVID. You're like, I just wasted, I got nothing. I lost money on this venture. I thought it was a real smart move. SEMA was SEMA canceled?
Yeah.
SEMA was canceled. PRI was canceled. Halloween's canceled. Kwanzaa's canceled. It's all canceled. So next year, we'll start fresh. Fuck it. Blah221 says, currently saving my stock file for my Engage. So excited. 2018 GT. Why are you saving your stock file? When you flash the car, it automatically saves the stock file. I do not know why you need to save the stock file on a Lund Racing Engage. When you flash the car for the first time, it automatically saves the stock file. Horsepower Addiction says if knock sensors show 2 and ECM can retard 3, does that mean you're okay? Or is that 2 degrees beyond what the ECM can manage? So if you are max retard is 3 and you're knocking 2, that doesn't mean you're okay. It means you're knocking 2. That's all it means. Any positive knock is not good. Remember, guys, the knock sensors are not pre-knock sensors. They knock and then adjust after the fact. Basically, the knock has happened. The knock event, whether it's false or real, has already happened. So it's like O2 sensors. The O2 sensors don't sense what's happening right at the combustion. It's after the fact. So then it corrects, okay? Same thing with the knock sensors. Knocks, then it pulls timing. So if your car is about to blow up and knocks, the knock sensors go to 9 and your shit's blown up. So do not rely on the knock sensors to save your engine. It's just not how it works. So yeah, hopefully Horsepower Addiction, that answered your question. Magdaleno Mancilla, órale. I wish I had Mexican music on this soundboard, but I don't. And you're probably not Mexican, but that's okay. 1314 GT twin turbo with a A6 weight reduction fuel system built engine, 18 plus automatic. Wait, my God damn it! What is happening here? A 14 GT auto versus or a 18 A10 twin turbo fuel system weight reduction. What would be best for roll racing and occasional drag racing? 18 plus, 18 plus A10. It's not even fair. Like, it's not fair. An NA E85 A10 would probably keep up with a boosted Gen 1. Probably keep up with a boosted Gen 1. Not beat it, keep up. Boosted Gen 1 pump gas.
The IRS also does great for roll racing.
Yeah, it's Senior was talking about it today. He said, man, the Blue Goose is way more stable to race than the Gray Goose. The Gray Goose is a solid actual 3-link setup, and he goes, the Blue Goose is soft. It's predictable. I am not like jittery in it, whereas the Gray Goose, you really got to wheel that fucking thing. You got to saw at that wheel to get it down the track, or at least be up on the wheel and anticipate anything. Whereas the Blue Goose, you do a wheelie, it's all good. It comes down and runs a 760. Big fucking deal. Nick Struther says, channel support, Lund for the win. Thank you for the $10. Joshua Rojas says, Lund for the win. Thanks for all the help and always answering my question. Joshua, we got you, brother. Today, if you reach out today, you didn't get a reply. We're at the track and we don't do it often, but when we do it, we just enjoy ourselves and we disconnect for a day because not only is it team building, but it is R&D. And today was great for R&D for Grey Goose and the 2020 GT500 program. We've leaps and bounds on a track day. We learned so much and you guys benefit. So just be patient with us. Mike A says, just an FYI, anyone considering getting tuned by Aleph Man because he's better than Lund? He blew 2650's motor and Buddy's motor. Coincidence? I think not. Both are cylinder 8, I believe. I just read that because it was paid. I didn't care who the hell that guy is, but you paid? I read it. We're good. Ford More Performance gave me $10. Said, manual transmission Coyote S550 chassis. What's the quickest time and fastest trap speed Lund tune? Manual S550 Acres? No, what's his name?
John Askey.
John Askey.
Yeah.
930
Ooh, I don't know.
stick.
I don't remember.
It was like a
it's
930 stick top mount on 3 twin turbo
Yes.
kit.
It's
So
like production kit.
930, and now he upgraded a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it was like it's trapping like mid 150s.
Yeah, mid 150s trap stick on 3 top mount stick shift S550 Lund tune. That's the quickest and fastest that we know of. Lane Stanley says, channel support. Hopefully Brandon might see what's causing my car to misfire. Lund for the win. Yeah, we had an issue today with the GT500 where we thought we had a bad O2, but it was actually the misfire causing the O2 to go to shit. Once we put new plugs in it, everything cleaned up and it ran real good.
Well, you probably couldn't hear it in the car.
I heard the shit out of it, but I stayed in it because I wanted to get data. I'm like, all right, it's built. Fuck it. It ain't my car. And then we got good data because it stopped, the misfire stopped in third gear. I'm sorry, the misfire happened in third gear. When you look at the log, AFR was moving and in third gear went flat.
Oh, we could hear like as soon as you.
No, I'm saying the AFR stopped moving.
Oh yeah.
Randall Hadid in the house, holy shit, gave me $100 and let me drive his car to go 830s, 81. Great guy. He just said, hey, Alex, drive it. We went 96, 83, 81. And the car launched great. Again, that car launches on sand. That car is fucking perfect. Do not touch it. It's perfect. I'll probably buy it. You'll see. Okay, manual transmission. Lane Stanley. Okay, we already said about the misfire. Paul G says, why do you harp or joke on Pro Charger systems when it comes to snapping cranks? Is this a serious concern? At what point does it become one? Is it more of a problem for stick versus 1080 or the same? Now, it's tongue-in-cheek. Okay, it's tongue-in-cheek. But if there is a centrifugal system out there that's going to be more prone to stressful cranks, it's going to be that system. We have had a decent amount. I'll speak for myself so I don't implicate anybody. But I have seen a lot of Pro Charger cars have issues. And even they verify it by offering a crank support. Why is Pro Charger offering a crank support if there is no problem with the crank? Think about it, guys. When Vortex starts offering a crank support, then we got to start saying maybe Vortex sees something. But it's more tongue-in-cheek, okay? But I do see it, again, it's not a rampant issue all across the board. I'm not a big fan of the bracket sticking out that far away and it causing that much leverage on the crank. That's all. And then stick cars, which jostle shit around, it could be an issue. Or cars with a two-step or a WAP box where you rattle shit and the ATI or the damper just falls off the bitch. So
I've actually personally seen when I was racing a bunch of Corvettes. My buddy had a Pro Chargers car.
Okay.
And I think it was like a 2-3 ship.
See ya. Bye-bye crank. Bye-bye crank. And you can't just glue that bitch on. You got to start from scratch. Mad Lad said, looking for a 2012 GT500, planning to get a VMP on it. Will my ass like the Gen 2R better than the Gen 3 for a daily? Also, how gay is the panoramic roof? It's not gay. It's actually sought after on the GT500s, and you can command good money for it. The Gen 2R will be better than the Gen 3R for a daily. Absolutely. Why? The Gen 2R whips up faster. Whoop! It whips up quicker, whereas the Gen 3, you got to put a 3.0 pulley or whatever they call it, 89 millimeter, whatever they call it, pulley on it. So the rotor spins slow enough to create about, I don't know, the minimum amount of boost it can see on pump gas. I prefer a Gen 2 on a GT500 with a 2.5 or 2.4 pulley stock lower, pump gas, and some long tubes. That bitch will be great. And if you do go E85, put a 10% on that bitch, return solid fuel system, it'll make 800, no problem. So I like they're very streetable. I like the Gen 2R for sure. And don't go crazy with throttle bodies. The Twin 65 is more than enough. If you want a monoblade, then you really like fail-safing. You really like shitty driving quality, but it looks cool, I guess, whatever. Alfredo Diaz says, I got a certain nut rider showing off my engine. I spent so much, I got a certain nut rider showing off my engine. I spent so much time and money building as his own. I should go break his nose or let it go or just show off once it makes its way into my Fox. Yeah, who gives a fuck? What, internet? You gonna internet fight a motherfucker? No, dude, if he's taking your pictures and saying they're his, take pictures of it on your car and go, no, this is mine. And don't even, say anything that it's his. Let him get the clout. Who gives a shit? He doesn't have your engine, so who cares? Honestly, it's not worth internet fighting. Cuban Coyote says, leaving around 4,500. Where do you think the quarter should be? Going for low 9s. 3-1 pulley, Paxton, transmission.
Oh,
He doesn't want anyone to know.
okay.
It's going to be like a 930 car. 930, 940. It made like
It depends on where he's at, too.
California.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's E85, C85,
gonna
28
wait
degrees,
for
whatever the fuck, huh?
He's going to probably have to wait a few months then for weather to cool down.
Yeah, yeah. If the air quality is good, he should be good to go down there. It should be well into the 9s, Cuban. But it's all about how you get out of the hole. And if you're making about 900 wheel, get that car light. I'm saying remove shit you don't need. Take the seats out. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it with those cars. As you saw with my car, I started removing shit and it just started going quicker. Cuban. Pussy Pounder says, Alex, at what IAT2 temp does spark start getting pulled? Is it an underhood ice tank? Is an underhood ice tank worth a couple of tenths off ET? Gen 1, Gen 2R. Gen 1 meaning 11 to 14, Gen 2R. It's worth it. I like the underhood ice tank that VMP sells. It's really nice. I had one myself. It was very nice. It uses the stock intercooler pump and it works really well. Route it properly though. Ice to motor, then heat exchanger. Okay, some people do. But that's for when you have ice in it. When you don't have ice in it, it's probably a good idea to go heat exchanger first, then the blower. That's the way I do it. I know it's a pain in the ass, but if you have ice in it, it has to go to the motor first, then the heat exchanger. IAT2 depends on the tune. 140, we start to pull a little timing. Then 160, it really aggressively starts to pull timing, right?
It really depends on some of the setups, too.
Like our base file for a Gen 1 TVS car.
It should be about 150.
150, it starts pulling timing on our tune. Pussy Pounder. Thank you for the $5. Alfredo Diaz says, also channel support. I've learned so much from just listening to your videos. Thank you very much. That's the whole freaking reason I do this. Okay, guys? This is why. I don't want you hitting me up for fucking shit all the time. I don't want you talking to me. I don't want to talk to you ever. I'm going to say, watch my fucking videos. I answer all the fucking questions. Well, you don't want to be my friend? No, I don't want to be your friend. Fuck it. Again, I mentioned Randall Hadid giving me money. Thank you very much and letting me drive that car. That was a bunch of fun. Devin Marth, any updates on Hush Money? Yeah, it might be for sale so I could buy the GT500. The Hush Money, next week I have off. Next week I'm going to fix the belt system and fuel system. Me and Senior are going to work on potentially putting a double, triple hat, working with Jake to get fuel delivery figured out. I'm having fuel delivery issues with the Magna Fuels. One went to shit. The other one is just not going to cut it with the amount of boost it's making. And we're going to try to put triple hat in it in the stock tank. And if I got to buy a Cobra tank, I'll buy a Cobra tank. Whatever needs to happen. But by next week, it should be on the dyno. And we'll see what the ported blower makes. And I'll make sure I get you guys the results. Next week, I'll be just a bunch of fucking videos because I'll have the time to do some and to work on the cars. Floyd Love says, sorry. Hunter Walker says, channel support. Shout out Brandon. We'll be back in the spring with a boosted setup because bolt-ons weren't doing it. I was able to ride in some boosted Gen 2 cars and it changed my mind real quick on cams. Absolutely. Some people say, should I get cams? Should I get a ported dish? Boost.
Yeah, that's
Boost.
So I recommend that to anybody. Like, I want to do an NA build.
No, because the NA build is way more money than a boost build. Boost build, you can keep all your amenities, keep all your seats, and go the same number as a gutted tin can ratchet piece of shit NA car.
Well, take the Curtis car, for example. Has everything. It came like OEM with it, and it makes 1,100.
It makes 1,100, and it runs a badass 10.9 at 188 like a Supra. Floyd Love says, been following here for a while, and after a fail this year, getting a new GT500 from greedy dealers, I just took delivery of my new Red Eye. I want a Lund tune. Look. No, fuck you. I like Red Eyes. I support Red Eyes on this tune, on this channel. I like Red Eyes. Did you see the Red Eye on the way in? The white one? Isn't it badass looking? The wide body Red Eye is badass. Dude, it's badass. You'll jizz your dick. I was hoping you would move to the right. But, it was like a young kid, too. Yeah, it was a young kid. It was white and black with the wide body. It looked badass, and it sounded good.
You don't want to line up with me either.
Why? He was in front of me. Get the fuck out of here. You get your ass fucked up.
Hellcat Charger on steroids.
Yeah, it's a 800 plus. It's a street demon. Yeah, it's badass. Here we go. Darian Houston. But anyway, congrats, Floyd Love, on your red eye. I mean, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to get my hands on one and kind of give it a good once-over and a review. If I had the money, I'd buy one in daily. It's fucking comfortable, and they can get it with some minor mods. 9s are no problem. Darian Houston says, channel support. Can't thank you guys enough for making my car a beast. Thanks. I got all the bolt-ons and all the bolts fully on, and it rips and turns heads. Lund for the win. Thank you, Darian. SVT Vince gave me $10. Said, just sent my tune request for my 4.5 Whipple GT500 through someone at PBH. I have an MFP crank support and a crank stud. 3.5 upper, a 15 lower. Wow. Too much booze? That's exactly the combination just sent SVT Vince that I drove today. A 3.5 upper, 15% lower, 4.5 Whipple. Is your shit built?
Yeah,
SVT Vince. I hope your shit is built, because that car I drove today makes over 1,200 horsepower. Over 1,200 horsepower. So I hope that bitch is built. Eric Vega says, channel support. Finally putting weight out of my pig too. Seats and bumper supports to start off. Bendición. Que Dios te bendiga. Ford Mo Performance gave me $20. Said, Lundo powered by Nardi. Buy him a picture of or pizza or some shit. Thank you very much, Ford Mo Performance, for the money. I'll get it to Nardi. Mr. Jimmy Jams, I hear you're out there in California. I hope your home was saved. I hope your area is doing good. Mr. Jimmy Jams, he's a police officer out in the California area. Fires were affecting him and his family. I really hope you came through unscathed. Let me know, Mr. Jimmy Jams. I was thinking about you after you sent me those videos on Instagram. It's some fucked up shit out there. Did you hear, Mr. Jimmy Jams? Supposedly, some of those fires are purposely set. Is that true? We're hearing some shit over here, so I'd like to know if that's the truth. Okay, peasant chat time. So John Lund is on the peasant chat, keeping up with you guys. What oil do you recommend on stock Coyotes? John Lund. I use 520 Royal Purple. Stock Coyote, stock oil. He's like Royal Purple. I'm like, yeah. If you want to put the what is John Lund, who's right next to me, gave me $100. He says 4-200s for life. So now I got to buy lunch for everybody tomorrow. Thank you very much, John Lund. Appreciate you, brother. 4-200s are getting it. He has a 4-200 in his. He has a 4-200 in his.
3 there today.
Yep.
There were 3 4-200s today. You're right. The Black S550 had a 4R. He had a 4R. You had a 4R. Mm-hmm. Wow. So 4s are... For those of you deniers out there, and then you put a 38-inch fucking tire to make the gear ratio match, just stick a 4-200 hub in it. And if you're a tuner worth your salt, you should be able to tune it, no problem. If not, what's the remote session? We'll take care of it, no problem. JF gave me $50 and said, thank you very much, JF. Gen 1, currently running L&M intake cams and a Boss 302 exhaust cams. And I have Gen 3 short block and ported Gen 2 heads waiting to go on. Do you think comp CR series stage 3s are worth upgrading to, custom grinds with lockouts, or keep my current cams? I like comp cam stage 3s on all applications. Yep. To me, the comp cam stage 3 is the best overall cam for everything. NA, boosted, he has comp cam stage 3 on both vehicles. Both Grey Goose and Blue Goose have comp cam stage 3s. Dakota has comp cam stage 3s. You have... You have stock cams?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. But comp cam stage 3 on everything, most of the cars Lund Racing owns has comp cam stage 3s. So that says something if your tuner chooses that cam. Nothing against L&M intake cams. We just have really, really good success with comp cam stage 3s. SVT Vince said TKM wet sleeve block, 10-5-1 compression for triple 285 fuel system on Ignite E90. Sweet. Oh, so he has a built motor, 10-5 compression, 4 triple 285 returns. Yeah, it's going to make 11 or 1200. SVT Vince, because the car I drove today, and you'll see a video on it on my channel very soon, dude, it has a turbo 400, 8.1 at 160 and I guarantee it has a 7 in it if we fix a couple of things, some throttle issues, yada, yada, yada. Give him Hellcat says, unknown mods for C6 pushing 600 wheel plus 400 shot versus Lund Tune Gen 3 Coyote Whipple 3125 pulley, oof, E85 headers, free flowing exhaust, ID 1300s. Any Gen 3, I'm going to put my money on when it's boosted on E85 versus anything with 600 wheel. I mean, that thing's going to make 800 wheel. That's like an 800 wheel setup. 3125 pulley on a Whipple.
Well, he's saying 600 wheel plus a 400 shot.
Plus a 400, I don't care.
Well, yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. For whatever reason, Gen 3 auto Coyote or Gen 3 manual Coyote? That kind of matters.
Yeah.
So I need to know. I'm assuming it's auto. I'm going to put my money on an S550. It just hooks and books. So we'll see.
The same guy, right? I think he has a Tremec.
Okay, he goes, triple pump, return Tremec with Mantic trip. Oh, no, you're going to get fucked up. You are going to get fucked up. Unless you know how to shift that car, you're going to get your ass handed to you. He's going to gape your shit. I mean, seriously, it's going to be a problem because it's a manual. If it was a 10R, I'd say you'd have an easy shot of beating him. If you hit your shifts on the money, it's going to be a driver's race for sure. Camber lockouts 13 and the 1320 sticker, he says. How big is the gap? He's going to gap you by a lot. He's going to gap you by about 2 cars. Bet me on that. Give him Hellcat. Let me know. Take video of it. And if I'm wrong, I'll send you some money. I'll send you $20. How's that? Fuck it. Because you paid 10, I'll double that, pay you 20 if you win the race. Give him Hellcat. Andy L gave me $25 and said, I plan on buying a Gen 3 stick shift car in the near future. Honestly, by the knowledge I've collected from your channel, I would like to do a free-flowing exhaust and a tune. Should I go free-flowing exhaust if I plan to boost? Yes. Yes, because I'm not a big fan of anything getting in between the engine and exhaust exiting the vehicle. Let's just say that. I'm doing it the best I can without getting myself in trouble. But yes, I would love to do free-flowing exhaust on a boosted setup, if your state allows it. Zachary Smith says 2012 GT, all the bolts are fully on. I love that you guys say that. I think it's 0 full bolt on. No, it's over, Johnny.
It's full bolt on.
There it is. Jesus Christ, it's so loud. Full bolt on.
You just don't turn it off.
Rambo's still in the background.
Full bolt on.
There's full bolt on. Okay, so Coyote Red says, actually, hold on. He said, all the bolts are fully on 85 and some weight reduction. I raced the 2020 GT500 60 to 120 and the stock 500 was not as fast as expected. I could say so many things right here, but the 2020 GT500 from a roll is pretty evil. So if you have a 12 GT, okay, was he racing you? Because I love you, I love you. Those GT500s are pretty evil from a roll. If you hold down the left paddle and let it select the right gear, you're going to have a hard time keeping up shifting-wise with a DCT. And the tuned GT500 can go 10.2 with a pulley and free-flowing exhaust. So I hope he was actually racing you, but they're not. You said they're stock. They're pretty impressive stock. Maybe your car is just that badass, but I can't imagine an NA Gen 1 kept up with a stock GT500 from a roll. I just can't believe that. I love you. I love you. I love you. And thanks for the money.
Maybe the GT500 selected the wrong gear.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he wasn't racing. I don't know. I love you. I've gotten in one stock when the senior brought it to PRI. I was like, this thing's stupid fast stock. So I don't know. Coyote Red gave me $50. Said purchased new 2011 5.0 Calimer Stage 2 one-piece drive shaft, 390 gear, 333 spline motor, and 9-inch ends, and my 80,000 mic motor. I'm reading it exactly how he writes it. Has never been touched or tuned. Thought I'd drop tender support to tell you I went backwards on my build. He absolutely did. You started at the rear end and everything else is stock. I mean, Jesus, that's crazy. But thank you for the $50 to tell me your story. Mad Lad said, I promise you, fam, if I ever get that 12 GT500 and the motor ever blows, I'm swapping it with a TVS Coyote. Feel this, Shelby Dave. That's right, Mad Lad. I love it. Tyler Hornsby says, oh, guys, I got Shelby Dave some new swag, bro. Can you, Senior, look at this. A fanny pack. A Shelby fanny pack.
Is that what you're wearing?
Shelby. No. I got Shelby Dave a fanny pack. I got my.
Pat today?
No. Did Pat have a fanny pack that had Shelby on it?
I think he left it in the Cadillac.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I got this, and I'm like, Shelby Dave attire. Shelby Dave attire. It's going to be awesome. Can you tune a 2020 F-150 2.7 10-speed? What can I expect benefits-wise from it? Can I get an 85 tune for fun? No 85 tune on the F-150. Yes, we can tune it. You can expect about a 30 to 40 horse gain and about a 50 torque gain, because that's what we got on the one that the loaner vehicle I got that we tuned, and then subsequently I went on a date with a chick kayaking, and it was the worst date of my life. Those of you that watch my channel know exactly about the kayak girl. It was awful, but that truck was pretty badass. But yeah, we tuned them, not on the 85. There's not enough fuel system for it, and you can expect about a 40 horse and 50 torque or so, or maybe let's say 25 horse conservatively and 40 torque upgrade from stock. If you get more, awesome, but I can't promise you that. Adrian Martinez gave me $5 and didn't say a goddamn thing. My favorite type of question. Emmanuel Martinez gave me $5 and says, "Is it normal for my car to idle?" Listen to your question. Is it normal for my car to idle weirdly? If it's idling weirdly, how is that normal? It's like saying, is it normal for my car to explode? Is it normal for my car to idle weirdly? RPM stay the same, but exhaust no changes. It's a 19DG with 32,000 miles. Is it a free-flowing exhaust? I've noticed a lot of people, once they put in a free-flowing exhaust, at the same time they put a tune in, now they hear everything that's happening in the Coyote engine. And they're like, it didn't do this before the tune. It also didn't do that before you fucking opened up the exhaust either. So Coyotes just make weird sounds, even like a weird puffing. Like a and you're like, oh, the tune is fucked up, it's misfiring. Nope, it's VCT, it's just how it is. You don't hear it when it has cats and a resonator. That's why Ford put cats, a resonator, and mufflers bigger than your mom's ass. So, very good. Zachary Smith says, no doubt I lost. I just lost way worse to other boosted 5.0. Gotcha, Zachary Smith. Gotcha. Adrian Martinez says, thanks for keeping it real. What calibration error could cause the MAF to read low MAF pounds a minute? Bad injector data.
Yeah.
Bad injector data. Do you see how they all just agreed? Because we all know what the fuck we're talking about. Bad injector data. Let's say... you got some fucking Deca shit-ass fucking injectors, and the guy's just hacking the fucking high and low slope, and you're like, oh, 86 MAF pounds a minute, I'm making 860 horsepower. No, your shit's fucked. But you're saying it's reading low, it's usually bad injector data. They either hit the injectors to compensate for MAF or who knows, but it sounds pretty jacked. If it's our tune, get with us. Get with us. We'll fix it if it is our tune. But don't really stare at MAF pounds a minute too much. Boosted cars, that shit pegs at 86. And his car, boom, 86. And that doesn't mean to make it 860 horsepower. His made 1100 at the American Muscle Car Show once, like shooting fucking misfire shit out the exhaust.
No, I've made it.
Jose E says, I bought a stock Gen 1 and want to fully bolt it on eventually. But for now, are kitty deletes worth it? Or should I get a free flow and mid pipe? Also, will a ported Boss manifold kill low end? Maintain low end? No. Remember, if you're looking at the dyno chart, a higher revving exhaust like a long runner exhaust intake like a Boss moves everything to the right. So the torque will be lower to the left. Everything goes over to the right. The free flowing exhaust will definitely help you, but you'll need a tune with that. So fully bolted on, free flowing exhaust, Boss intake, rev it to the moon. I think you'll be okay. Get good gas in it, good gas or E85 if it's in your area. Oliver Bryan gave me $69, my favorite number. Says, check in late tonight. Here's some channel support. Thanks for the 69, baby. Orlando Chavez gave me $5 and said, goddamn thing. My favorite type of question. Andy L gave me $10 and said, thanks, buddy. Friend of mine unintentionally gutted one of his high flow cats fooling around with a Watt box. Stock Gen 2 on a Whipple, and I think the Watt box may have hurt it. Not really sure. I'm not a huge fan of the Watt box unless you're using it as a two-step. As a driver aid, meaning wide open throttle shifting, every fast stick shift racer that I know breathes on the throttle on a shift. They, a little quick, they don't go, I'm not a fan of that. If you miss a shift and you're to the wood, you're going to stay to the wood and just slam it on the limiter. I think the Watt box cutting spark at high RPM to get you into a shift is not the best way. I think breathing on the throttle in conjunction with a Watt box, maybe for safety or whatever. It's just not, it's not my favorite. I prefer the Watt box be used as a two-step, like Senior has on the blue, Grey Goose too? Yeah. Watt box, yeah. That's the best, in my opinion, use for the Watt box. Okay, got that. Okay, back to the peasant chat for you peasant fucks. Justin Johnson said, just wanted to let you know you jinxed me. I messaged you the other day about the dating channel and me being the prize. Thursday, I find out I have a son? Wait, that quick? Wait a minute. Justin, you're saying you've had like a long lost son? I might. Who knows if I nutted in someone and it's a problem? I don't know. But are you happy about that? How old's the kid? Is he good at baseball or something? That'd be awesome. But I don't know. Let me know more details, Justin Johnson. Might be a good thing. Jacinto Reyes is laughing at Justin Johnson. Built for Speed says, Alejandro Flores, for a backyard builder like me, What am I going to need to make a turbo kit fit my Coyote? I got all the skills to do the welding and the turbo. Controlling boost wise, what do I need? Holy shit. You basically said you can build shit, and what are you going to need to make a turbo kit for your Coyote? A lot of pipe, a lot of welding rod, a welder, electricity. I mean, seriously, if you want to build it, that's on you. But there are places that have that. Doesn't Motion Raceworks have a kit? Doesn't CG Fab have a kit? I mean, guys, you have a CG Fab kit on your Coyote. It's already out there. Now, I get it. Some people like saying, oh, I built it. And then you have 80 pounds of boost because the back pressure is through the fucking roof. And then you learn about, back pressure. And then you do bumper exits, which are the gayest things on the fucking planet. Just run an exhaust, please. Thank you very much. No, you have fender exits. You're okay. And rest in peace, car parts. But honestly, I would just get a kit, dude. There's kits out there, and I love you. You'll save yourself time. And if you want to upgrade the kit, you can. It's already out there, laid out for you. And you say, maybe I want a better downpipe or route the exhaust differently. I am not a big fan of reinventing the wheel. I'm just not. Shit's out there. It's done. It's like trying to come up with yet another TVS setup for a Coyote. There's like 8 different versions. Stop it. Just fucking run what's out there, please. Thank you. Love you. David Jeffrey says, Órale, vato, ¿qué onda? Just checking in late because I'm checking in nonetheless. Apoyo ethanol y gasolina y pachanga. That guy's my boy. We got a secret language. We're good. Everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck did he just say? Some beaner ass shit. Nathan Meckler says, channel support here from Mass. Did you see the VMP record that SK set? Wonder if they did a deadhead fuel system on. I don't know. SK Performance, they're great guys. 1,000 wheel on a dinosaur? A dinosaur ass Cobra making 1,000 wheel? That's pretty badass. 11, I think high compression, E85. Making it happen. I'm sure it's got some gnarly cams because it made like 28 or 30 pounds of boost. Like it was a lot of boost, but it made the power legit. I love seeing that shit. 727 Steve D gave me 50. Dude, you got to stop giving me money. And how's your back doing? I heard you got back surgery. I don't know if you've recovered from that or what. Roush 2.3 phase 2. 79 millimeter pulley, 56 pound injectors, free flowing exhaust, JLT, long tube header, 728 rural horsepower, 610 torque. Any more left in it on 93 pump? I think that's way too much on 93 pump already. No 85 here. Do you think the 95 D-Works and VMP triple pass heat exchanger with colder plugs can advance spark for more power? Lund tune coming soon though. Don't expect 728 from our tune because if your last tuner said, here's 28 degrees, I'm good. Love you, Steve D. That tune typically makes 650 wheel. That tune reliably 17 degrees, 11 PSI, typically makes 650 to 660 wheel if the car is happy. 728 might be a little optimistic, especially the 610 torque.
That's usually what it makes on E85.
That's what it makes on E85, Steve D. Love you, love you, love you. I met you. You're a great guy. I think that number is insanely high. That's kind of what it makes on E85 with that pulley combo. And that torque number is GT500 torque. That is super high. So I think either the dyno's super happy, the dyno guy's drunk, or you have a shitload of timing in that car. But I think it's more realistic to expect mid 600s from that car than 728. And if you come with a Lund tune and see a less number, and maybe the guy gets his head out of his ass and works the dyno properly, it should make 650 to 660 tops, whether it's a Whipple of that generation at 10 PSI, a Paxton of that generation at 10 PSI, or a TVS, they all make the same. David Jaffrey says, YOLO from Springfield sends his regards. I can't play that video here. They take my money away. It's crazy. Give him Hellcat says, forgot to mention the vet is a stick also. 40 to 140 roll. The vet is going to fuck your shit up. Give him Hellcat. I understand you got a Whipple. I understand you got a badass trans. I understand you think you know how to drive. That Corvette is going to mop the shit. 400 shot? A 600 wheel with a 400 shot? He's going to gap the shit out of you if he knows how to drive and if everything goes well. It's a 1,000 wheel Corvette. That's pretty badass. Love you. Good luck out there. Again, if you win, I'll give you $20. Oliver Bryan says, maybe I missed it before. Did Lund get around tuning that TVS GT350 yet? Junior has a TVS GT350. He's done two? TVS?
Yeah.
VMP?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, 100%.
Oh, according to Senior?
Question on the throttle,
Okay. Oh, because of the electronics.
the electronics, taken care of. We also did an Edelbrock.
An Edelbrock GT350?
Yeah, I did that one a while ago.
Oh, you did? Oh,
And
shit.
that was even worse because it was the bigger throttle, but it had to be moved over to the GT350 electronics.
according to the guys here, we've done 3. A TVS Edelbrock by Brandon and 2 by Junior with VMP stuff.
2 Edelbrocks.
You did 2 Edelbrocks?
Junior had one, I think, with Evolution.
Okay.
And then I had one, I think, with Chuck.
Oh, so 2. Got it. Okay, so there you go. We have done 2. And did they do well?
Yeah, it did great.
Did it do similar to Whipple or about the same?
That was almost like a year ago. I don't remember his pump
Okay.
gas.
Pump gas? Yeah, so 700 and 500 or something like that. Okay. Apparently, we've done 2, so it's a thing. Maniac S550 says, Alex, E85 free-flowing exhaust, E85 4-fuel system, built bottom end, Paxton 2200, ID 1050, 16 PSI, god damn it, 7800. Any idea on horsepower, experience, area? So 16 PSI on the Paxton, it's going to be, 900?
Yeah, around there.
Like 900. That Maniac S550, it's going to be close to 900. That's a lot of jam, brother. So yeah, about 900. Thanks for the $10. Magdaleno Mancilla, he goes, yes, I'm Mexican. Of course you are with that name. He goes, insert Chalino Sanchez song. Exactly. Anyways, can you ask the Lund guys if they have any experience with the O3 Cobra Killer Chiller? How effective is it keeping an IAT2 in the real world? Senior, Killer Chiller in a Cobra, worth a dick or no?
Yeah, that's the AC line
Yes.
passing back through on the intercooler. It's been a while since I've seen one, or tuned with one, but yeah, on the AC.
Typically keeps IATs at bay.
It drops 40, 45 degrees
Wow.
pretty quickly.
According to Senior, it does real well. Drops 40 degrees pretty quickly. He says it works well, and he's been a while since he's tuned one. YouTube Crop and a Free Speech says, transfailed on my 19 auto, bone stock, just 85 tuned, 13,000 miles. If I revert to stock, can Ford tell it was tuned? Any chance if I get it fixed under warranty, or am I shit out of luck? No, dude. Stock cold air, stock everything, revert back to stock, get on pump gas, revert back to stock, bring that bitch in for service. Tell your battery ran out, battery died, just play stupid. Because if the trans failed, it's not a tune issue. Stock transmissions don't fail. It's more than likely a lead frame issue on your car, and there is a TSB for some 19 autos with lead frame issues. We've seen some of them just like crap out, Gen 3s. So
Valve
just
bodies.
valve bodies. And yeah, there's no lead frame, sorry. Valve bodies for Gen 3. So I think it has to do with that. I don't think the trans exploded or anything. I think it's just an issue with the electronics, basically, and how it handles the gear shifts. Nick Sparks says, from SK Performance Shop, not deadhead, but rails in series. Good job, Nick Sparks. Thanks for answering the guys' questions. I appreciate that, brother. Adrian Martinez says, AT Manny, IMU lockouts versus pigtails for the street. Okay. Anyone got the pigtails working right? As far as I know, no. People that wired in themselves and using our instructions that we worked with a customer sometimes get them going well, but there's usually something that goes wrong. We just say lock them out. Please, please, please lock them out, or keep the stock manifold in there. Guys, please don't make life difficult. Forget us. We say IMRC pigtails, we're going to disclaim that it could be an issue, and we're not going to chase it. So we prefer you lock it out, not only for us, but for you. Get running, go watt, and you're fine. I don't think it's that big of a difference with IMRC down low than without IMRC.
Well, a lot of things I like to tell guys with that one too, where they're like, oh, I have drivability issues with the IMRC's lock. Well, what is the 11 through 14? It didn't have IMRCs.
Right. But it's a different computer. they get into their head a little too much. Just curious, David Jaffrey says, if Lund Senior is load the sauce tune in the chat and gap them fools by dropping the adult dollars, apoyo, ethanol, y gasolina, y pute. He just likes to say stuff and pays. He doesn't really ask questions. Darian Houston says, I've learned so much from your channel. I've been schooling these noobs and gapping Chevys with your training and knowledge every week. Full bolt-on. Full bolt-on is
Full bolt-on.
Eric V says, for $19, says, just bought an RPG Gen 3 built Ford short block to replace my Gen 2 short block and debating on 350 manifold. It's twin turbo on the 85. What's your opinion? Keep stock manifold or get the 350? Thanks. I mean, lock out the IMRCs either way, right? And I think you'll get a little bit more up top. Is it measurable? Maybe boosted. That they do make a little more power NA, but not like 40 more. They make like 8 more. So boosted, it might flow better, but lock out the IMRC to make your life easier. Let us know you're locking it out. And if you can get it for a real good price, get it. If not, it's a stock manifold versus the 350, and it's a Gen 2, but it says Gen 3. Replace my Gen 2 short block. So he's a Gen 2 car, stock manifold. Yeah, get the 350. It took me a while to learn. I'm like, wow, he wrote the craziest sentence. Ivan D. Lund team, was the Beefcake car with upgraded DI pump and injectors worth going different than 4 system? Was the Beefcake car with upgraded DI pump and injectors worth going different than a 4 system? I can answer that right now before finishing your question. No. Squeeze out more port for NA or boost, keep innovating the game. No. If you want to make power and E85, get a 4 Innovations return style fuel system. You know how expensive a pump is, guys? How much is a pump?
$90. I looked at it last week. For the
DI pump?
oh no, not the DI.
This
pump.
motherfucker.
I thought you were thinking.
Aftermarket Gen 3 DI pump. How much is it?
North of 1,500.
North of $1,500. And then he wants to do that with the 85. Sans for, injectors boosted. So he goes, can I bypass the 4 Innovations fuel system? I'm like, no. Even if you have an upgraded DI pump, you need a 4 Innovations fuel system.
Upgraded port side injectors,
Yep.
port side pump help, which is why you put the bigger 4 system in the dual.
Exactly. So he says the port side still needs some help, honestly. And then you have,
DI pump test on our black.
and we did the DI pump test on the black card. Did we see anything? We haven't really released it, right? We haven't really talked about it because
Yeah,
no reason to.
right.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Let's leave it at that.
The pumps in that.
Alex, 14 Mustang GT Paxton 3.6 wanting 85 looking at fuel system. What do you think about the Siley fuel system? I think if you're going to stay at 10 PSI forever and ever, go ahead, get a Siley fuel system. If you're going to go anything above that, get a 4 Innovations fuel system, a 4 Innovations fuel system. I'll say it again, a 4 Innovations fuel system. Don't buy it twice. Do you know how many people I've seen buy fuel system twice? Probably more than 50 that I've tuned. Brandon has tuned, Lund, Junior, all the guys, Dakota. Oh, I got this fuel system because it was cheap. Put it in. Oh, I want to pulley down because you always want to pulley down. Oh, I'm running out of fuel system. What do I do? Then you put Detroit's 400 pumps in there. And then we say, did you upgrade your lines? No, they got stock rails and stock lines. Oh, okay. What do I do? You buy a 4 Innovations fuel system. Well, that's $2,200. Sucks to suck. You gotta absolutely buy it once. 4 Innovations, buy it once. I have never. There was a guy who had a budget return style fuel system. I'm not gonna name the company. And his fuel trims were spiking after 6,800 RPM. I mean, to the fucking roof. I said, buy a 4 Innovations fuel system. He said, no problem. Bought it. I didn't change the tune. And it was flat. The short trims are flat up to 8,000. I go, there's the proof. I didn't change the tune. You didn't flash a different tune. You just put a badass fuel system with lines, rails, the whole 9. And it was money. And he's like, shit, I'll never do that again. David Jeffrey says, you finna be playing some Vicente Fernandez. Only Hispanic guys get that. Zeke Villarreal says, best gears for 12 6R80 car, full bolt-on 28-inch tire. 55s? 31s?
Wait, for boosted or
Fully bolted on. The bolts are all the way in. I'd say 331, 355.
Yeah.
That's a nice in between. 373, but then you're gonna be like, well, what about 410s? And I'm like, no, stop it. Sam50 says, do an update on Jeremiah Camp's car. If Jeremiah Camp wants me to do an update on his car, it's got a Gen 2 motor, it's got a Ben Calma built trans, and it's up 100 horse than last time. And it was evil and scary back then. I'll do it. Mr. Jimmy Jams, pay me $5. And he said, where you at? Fuck, I lost you. See what happens? Boom, boom, boom. Jimmy Jim, just purchased a Gen 2 2017 Raptor with 33,000 miles. Is it even worth getting an intercooler, Canon filter, not intake? And a tune, in your guys' opinion? Yeah, of course. Cooling the intake air charge temp is always desirable, and a tune really wakes it up, Mr. Jimmy Jams. Absolutely, and we take care of you for sure. Pussy Pounder 2.0, another Pussy Pounder. Says, Pura Lund sauce. That's right, Pura Lund sauce is right. Frank S550 says, tight army budget. Ride my Roush Phase 1 TVS and focus on planting the rear? Or should I save for a few months, pulling down with a Lund tune and want 10s or 11s, 11.2s soon? See, the pulling down part has me a little worried, right? I haven't seen anything about you putting bigger injectors in it. You out of here, Jason?
I'm out of here.
Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, brother. I'll see you around. You going to be around this week? All right, brother. I haven't seen you upgrade injectors, boosted pump, or anything. You're just saying pulley down and a Lund tune. If you're pulling down with the stock T Phase 1, it has 47s and an 85 millimeter pulley. I want at least 52s or 1050Xs with a BAP, and we can go down to a 79. And then eventually, when you upgrade your fuel system, you already got the boost and everything else is set up and the injector for it. That's what I would do, sir. I know tight budgets are a thing. I get it. But, brother, do it once, man. Do it once or don't do it. Plain and simple. Turbo Diesel Dan says, channel support, thanks for turning me on to the World Arm Wrestling League a few months ago. Devin Lair is my favorite to watch. That guy's legit as fuck. The way their bodies are built, and I know you guys are checking me out because I'm hot shit. It's all bicep. It's all bicep and like no tricep. And those guys have techniques and everything. And I'm just like, Junior turned me onto it. And I was like, guys that arm wrestle? I just don't want to see an arm snap. You know what I'm saying? I fuck that. I'm like, I'm done. David Jeffrey says, just curious, what are the thoughts of the Lund team on the Taquate trucks and Hellcat vehicles gap support? So we talked about race trucks. You know, there is a epidemic out there with people wanting to race their trucks. What do you think about race trucks?
Well, half the time they want to tow their boat. They also want to go race and go tins.
Yes. And it blows my mind where people go, well, I want to go fast in a truck. I'm like, it's a truck.
Right.
It's a truck. I get it. But why are you choosing to race a truck out of all things? Choosing to race a truck. Why not buy a Mustang? Well, I can't tow a boat with my Mustang. Well, you shouldn't be racing your daily driver, tow your boat to the fucking whatever. It blows my mind. Then we give you a hot ass tune. We give you a hot ass tune. Here it is, bro. Here's the shit. Here's the sauce. Oh, it's too much sauce.
We need to tame down the 1, 2,
If my shifts are gonna blow my shit up, are you gonna cover it? I'm like, no. This is the tune we give all the badass shit. Here it is. Oh, my neck hurts. I'm like, no, look, I love you guys. If you want the sauce, all the shit, and we give it to you, and you complain about it, I can't take you seriously.
Well, and then we sent the same exact tune and sent it to 2 other people, and they're like, oh my God.
The best thing ever. Órale, vato, este trota puro toqueando. And I'm like, yeah. And the other guy's like, no, this hurts my neck. Fuck that shit. Sorry, bro. Can't do it. Nick Santarpia says, channel support, bitch. Thanks for keeping me sane with this live stream while I do EMD and heat transfer homework. Man, brother, I feel for you. Thanks a lot, Nick. SK Performance Chef says, can we call you this week and talk about sponsoring your Tuesday night lives? Absolutely. SK Performance Jeff, YDBT4Life at gmail.com. YDBT, the number 4, the word life at gmail.com. We'll talk. We'll see about getting some sponsorship done. See right here, I got a little, where is it? Where is it? There's a ultimate header. There's an ultimate header flag here. Or what do you call it? A little banner, right? So if you guys want that on all the time that says SK Performance Jeff, we'll see what it takes, brother. You've done real good and you've been a supporter of my channel, so it won't take much, but we'll talk for sure. And anyone else that wants to become a sponsor of the show, hit me up, brother. But I gotta like what's going on. I'm not just gonna take anything that's happening out there. If I like you and I like you as a person, I like your company, I do the vetting. I check you out. I investigate as to what you're all about, your upbringing and everything. Klondike bars, fuck. So 727 Steve D. But yeah, SK Performance Jeff, call me, brother. Or email me first and then we'll call. We'll talk to each other. 727 Steve D says, if I go stage 2 for innovation fuel system and no 85 here, what would be the safest alternative fuel? What could I expect power-wise from a 75 millimeter pulley, or what pulley would you suggest? You don't need to upgrade your fuel system if you don't have E85. Just if you have a BAP, boosted pump, you're going to have to put race gas in it. MS109, C10, 260 GT, 100 low lead, Performance Plus. I mean, that's really what or Torco, and then play the Torcos, change the spark plugs every couple tanks game. So, I mean, if you don't have E85 where you're at, there's ways around it, but you're going to have to play with race gas. Jorge Mendoza. 12 Mustang GT naturally aspirated on E85 manual. Should I go with 275 4017 or 305 40 517 331 gears? Well, I like the 305 45 the way they look, like the ET Street R, like the one that was on my red car.
Oh yeah,
that's the best looking, like an R. But this guy might give you some false gear ratio too. The 275 4017. You're not making a ton of power, Matthew Goodall. I'm sorry, you're not making a ton of power, George Mendoza. So I like a little false gear ratio. I'm going to say a 275/40. Call me crazy. Because I don't think you're making that much power to warrant a 305/45/17. It'll feel like a 28/10/5. It's a Big Daddy tire. Matthew Goodall says, once this Gen 2 Turtle is in the 11s consistently, I'm thinking Circle D converter. Eyes on a 3C. It's my daily thoughts on PS TDC still tomorrow. That dating channel is still on tomorrow. Yes, I'll tell Senior what that is because he probably doesn't know what I'm talking about.
3C?
Huh? I like a 3C. I'm going to get a 4C for the red car because I want a more aggressive launch. But a 3C is going to be leaps. I mean, it's going to be so much better on your car. You're going to absolutely love a stalled 6R80 car. You're going to be like, why doesn't it come like this stock? It's awesome.
The other thing about converters, too, people who have never driven a converter,
Yep.
think of it as a manual, like you're slipping the shit out of
It's constantly slipping until you go watt. And then it brings you to your power bank quicker, but it does not drive like stock. Whoever tells you that is full of shit. The RPMs stay up. You see the shifts barely drop on a shift. You see the RPMs barely drop on a shift. And that's just how converters are. No tune changes are required unless you want the converter to lock up differently, which we recommend against because our shit is optimal. Yeah, exactly. Phoenix S550 says, hey, Lund, just want to say thanks for my Gen 2 PMS LU47 Stainless Works LTH E85 has been beating down scats in Houston. Ported 18 going on this week. Badass. Remember to pay the revision fee. It's $150 for our intake manifold revision, sir. David Jeffrey says, Semper Fi, Marine message for Lund Senior and Lund support. Well, Lund Senior is the Army guy. This guy's the Marine. And Dakota's also the Marine. You're a helicopter. What was your highest rank? Or what was your, like, before you left the Army? What was your rank?
I retired a lieutenant colonel.
Lieutenant Colonel. You were flying up until the last day?
No, I worked in the Pentagon for my last 2 years.
You did? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Things I can't tell you.
Oh, he just told me to work for the Pentagon, though, so you know. Ian Martha says, tell Nick Santarpia he needs to study how to run 11s and put down the school books. Oh, that's Nick is the guy who works for FIC. Great guy. Nick Sparks says, we at SK Performance have something for you in the next week or so also. Badass, Nick. Hopefully you guys keep making, let's make 1100 on that car because 0304 Cobra guys are almost as bad as Shelby guys. Almost as bad. It is a dinosaur that still makes power, but I'm telling you, if I have to scale anything else by 0.5, I'm going to fucking shoot myself. No, thank you. S. Patterson says, 19 MT82. None of the bolts have been fully installed. Means it's stock. Would you buy the bolts or mess with the suspension first? Experience with an AFE closed airbox. Now, I must say, shout out to the companies that are making no tune required sealed airboxes. Engine, AFE, K&N, they're not bad. They're not great. They're not bad. I'm like, this is a nice upgrade. They're learning. No tune required. Covered and sealed, and they make good power. Or you could keep it stock. I get it, but I'm telling you, the aftermarket filter with a seal seems to really help on an aftermarket cold air intake. Now, those are no tune required, so I don't have to do a goddamn thing, and the companies are learning to make it all friendly for you guys that don't really want to tune this and this and that. It is a nice little upgrade. I would mess with the suspension. The stock Mustang, it's a little soft, especially the non-performance package. Performance package sits a little high in my opinion. A nice Edelbrock Pro kit is such a great upgrade. Get some end vertical links and maybe some camber plates if you really want to have adjustability. That car is going to be fun for a long time. But the moment you get a flex tune or an 85 tune, it will change your life on an NA car. It is just such a big difference. It's so worth it. Ask Ben Calamar. He bought a 19. Senior was tuning it, a 20. Senior was tuning it. He goes, dude, the moment I went E85 and it learned like 70%, this thing was completely different. It was so much fun to drive. So just consider that. But I would do the suspension mods first, sir. Drew Boudreau says, hey, Alex, could you get Nick Bishop in touch with whoever won the crank support last week? It would be great if he could buy it to support his earth-rotating 950 rear-wheel horsepower for TX2K24. Concerned Super owner. Oh, my God, the shit-talking here. His earth-rotating 950 rear-wheel horsepower. Don't, like, stock Hellcats do that now? For TX2K24. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's what, yeah, exactly. Yonce50 says, you better put an arm down against John Jr. Let's see it. John Jr. has leverage from hell. Okay, if I put my arm up like this against John Jr., his will be up here. And by sheer leverage, he's going to snap it right here. Then I can't tune, and, then he'll feel bad. David Jaffrey says, does Shelby Dave make videos with the GT500? He will this week. There's a couple of Shelbys in the house. So there's going to be Shelby Dave is showing up tomorrow here. And then, hopefully the ticket system gets, filled out and everything's good. And if we have a little chance after work, sneak in some shots and make a little videos for you guys. Frank S550 says, I appreciate the info. Piece by piece, no shortcuts. Smart man. Mr. Jimmy Jams, follow-up. Is tuning the H035 Raptor safe, or is it already tapped out in terms of potential with the block head gaskets? So, like Swearman's truck, did it gain a decent amount with a tune?
Yes.
On average, what do you think they gain with their tune?
Give or take 45, 50 horse.
Okay.
That's 60 foot-pounds of torque, because that's a stout little motor.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Sean Swearman's truck
The turbo issues.
had turbo issues
Right.
unrelated to tuning. They got fixed. That put some other debris into the oiling system of that engine. Yeah, he has a 2020 Raptor now.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Let's
so the
just
dealer
say
was
that.
like, here you go. Ooh.
Ford took it back.
So, according to Mr. Lund Sr. himself, you can get about 40 horse and about 60 foot-pounds, and the motor is supposedly very stout, Mr. Jimmy Jams. Back to the peasant chat. Trans failed on my 19 auto. You already said that. You said that many times. I got you. Just return it back to stock. Jacob Wendell, you're the guy with the can't tune, can't jack, can't hump. I can't hump. Where is it? Is it number 4?
You talk like a fag,
No, that's
and
not
your
it.
Shit's all retarded.
It wasn't even turned on. It's something else.
I got fucking diapers.
There
I
it is.
shit my pants every day. I can't walk. I can't hump.
You know?
You know?
Okay, so basically that's number 6. Can't tune, can't jack, can't hump. Timothy Fush says, what else is needed to run 100 or 150 shot on a nitrous on a 19 GT auto in regards to fuel system upgrades to run on the 85? Best setup in your opinion without going direct port distribution? Nothing. A BAB just for headroom, but the stock injectors will take care of it. 19 GT with a 150 shot is like a 1050 car. I've seen 1050
Wait, auto or manual?
auto. 19. It's like a 1050 car, and I seen one of our dealers runs 9s in an auto 10-speed Gen 3, 999, 200 shot, I think. So yeah, Timothy Fush, you're fine. Plate system, 19 GT, E85 stock injectors. Get a BAP just in case, and we should be able to take care of you. It's gonna be a remote session. You're gonna pay, but we got to log. We got to make sure the car's happy. Hey Alex, what's your thoughts on comp turbos, oilless turbos? Senior. Comp turbos, oilless turbos. Go. Thoughts on it?
Well, they're bearing sealed bearing turbos. So they've got a compressed grease put into a bearing that's
Okay.
designed to spin at 25, 30,000 RPM.
Okay. Pros, cons?
When you're spending that kind of RPM, I have a lot of experience with turbine engines. 7, 8 bearing packs in those, and they all have pressured oil to them
So this
for a reason.
right. So this could be a problem long term.
Especially when there's a lot of heat around there. I'm not saying those turbos are bad. I know of at least one turbo or one company that makes like custom kits
Okay.
that uses them, but
Do you know what it takes for them to last a long time?
you
Pressurized
gotta
oil.
ask yourself, when there's parts out there that people start recommending, hey, what about this? Show me a car, I don't care, tuning irrelevant. Show me a fast S197, S550.
With oilless turbos?
Oilless turbos.
Some Texas guys will tell you all of ours.
Okay, well,
I haven't seen them.
950's not fast.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, guys, 950s is not fast. Because I went 8.1. Run and tell that, motherfuckers. Not on my car, but it could be my car one day. But he went 780, so I can't talk shit. I had him beat all day. I had
Called me
senior.
out.
I had senior B. I'm like, I still race you. You were 210s, and on the light, you're done. You're done on the light. Supercharger, done. You're like, whoa,
SJ Conant done. World Cup SJ Conant. Oh.
Didn't he go 6s later on?
No, I don't know if he went 6s, but he went a much deeper 7. Meanwhile, I was trying to qualify my car for
Yeah, for
carrier.
it's great.
Yeah.
Ever played with Haltech stuff, senior? Next year I plan to go to. Next year I plan to go to a plug and play kit made for the 99 to 04 Mustang platform on my 04 Cobra, and I'm really anxious. No more 59 scaling for my tuner anymore either, so he gets it.
Yeah.
Nathan Meckler. Good
I
stuff.
have messed with Haltech. Yeah, I've tuned 1 or 2 with them, but I'm not going to tune your shit with it.
Okay, so we're not going to tune your car, but you're apprehensive, so that means you're going to tune it, or whoever's tuning your car. But we will not tune with Haltech stuff, not because of Haltech. It's just.
We don't do enough of it.
Yeah, if we had like 400 Holly and Haltech, and okay, we do it. But if there's 1 or 2, and we're gonna get to know you, your
wanna jump
family.
into that standalone world of us tuning standalones. It's not a $600 or $700 event.
Yeah, it's not 650. You're thousands because it's time, a lot of time. Yeah. And I get it. Maybe there's other tuners that are cheaper. That's our price. Sorry, that's what it's worth to do. That's what it's worth us to do it for. Sorry, not sorry. Chevy fan support, brother. Keep up the great content and show us some stick shift guys more love, brother. Oh, I'm going to show you Dakota. With the stick shift love. Best intake for a Paxton 2200 Vortec V3 setup. Paxton 2200 or Vortec V3 setup. No intake. The best intake is no intake. Yeah. You put a filter, a K&N 4-inch filter right on the inlet. That's it. That's the best intake. Oh, you mean intake manifold? 18 or 350 if you can swing it. Yeah. Or Boss. Chevy fans already got that. Nathan Meckler says, every play got that. Turbo Legend gave me $20. Said, hey, Alex, your video on knock sensors helped me track down my problem. John Jr. couldn't see them in my logs. Trace the problem to a pin not seated on the engine harness side. Thanks for helping me fix my shit. Bob in Ohio. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for looking through your car. Thank you very much for not blaming the tune for everything. We love people like you that do the vetting, start pulling pins. Don't just look the engine over and go, it looks fine. You really look after shit, and we appreciate you guys, and we get you taken care of quicker. S. Patterson says, I'm basically neighbors with Calamer. He said your flex tune was awesome, and the 85 tune has all the balls down low. Look at that, senior. We'll be getting a tune soon. Badass, brother. S. Patterson. Tracy Miller says, the tune on my Raptor is night and day difference. I already have a few thousand on my tune, and my wife can still comfortably drive it when she wants. Badass. YouTube Corrupt says, I only asked the question once. My Metro PCS must be acting up. Sorry, brother. Dustin Jenkins says, any experience with a P2006 and 2007? Yes, that's IMRC codes. I put another intake manifold on and I'm still getting the codes. Did it have IMRCs? If you put a Boss intake on a Gen 2 and up car, you need a tune for that. It has no IMRC, and we have to configure the tune for no IMRC. If you put another intake on a car and deleted the IMRC, meaning Boss, Sniper, whatever, you're going to get P2006, 2007 IMRC codes. 100%. You need a tune for that, brother. Israel R says the Flex 85R tune from Lund is totally worth it. Woke up my 15NA manual GT nicely. I'm a military vet myself. Thank you, Senior and Junior, for your service. Even though Junior did not serve, that's very nice of you to say. Channel support, bendiciones. He served, Dakota served, and Senior served.
Yeah, me and Dakota were in the same unit.
Same unit. Nice. What would everyone's retirement build? Okay, what would everyone's retirement build be for each of them of the Lund team? Just curious, Lund tune support. I mean, you can build it now. You don't have to wait to retire. What's your retirement build like? In other words, what is your ideal dream build?
Yeah,
Car.
I pick it up Friday. It's called a Cessna T240 TTX.
You legit Friday?
550 cubic inch opposed 6-cylinder twin turbo, and I'll fly it.
So a plane.
Have a nice day.
So a plane, motherfucker. How's that?
Down there Friday?
How about you?
What?
Dream build. You
Dream build?
You're also rich, so tell them what you want to build. Tell them what you got. Shit.
What do I have? I have an old vintage aircraft.
Yeah, my ass. But what would be your dream build car?
Honestly, what I have now, it's always what I wanted. When I
A
was
Fox body with an on3
here
kit?
you go. No, so when I was in the Marine Corps, I had a Roush, and I always saw the Coyotes, and I was like, that is just the sound they had.
Yeah, they
the
were
mods
pretty
you could
badass.
do with
Yeah.
them. It's just, I don't know. It was
His
just,
car makes 1,100, guys. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a dream build.
well, heck, the beginning, spring this year, every day it was nice out. I daily drove.
I would too, man. I would too. For me, it would be a Factory 5 or Backdraft Cobra.
Oh, yeah.
TVS Gen 3 or Edelbrock, 1,000 wheel, hardtop, black, 325s or 315s all the way around. I want to go so fast that if shit happens, you cannot identify nothing. Like when a plane crashes and it's just a fucking mess, I want to be a dot on the wall because I'm going so fast. Oh, where's he at? That dot was Alex. Happy dot. Honestly, a Cobra to me is the baddest ride on the planet. It's tiny. It's scary as shit. I want to make 1,000. I want all the grip. I want no ABS. I want to just be scared for my fucking life. Guys, that GT500 today was fast. 8.1, 169 is fast. It didn't scare me. It was fucking fun and fast. Didn't scare me. I want to get in a Cobra that makes 1,000 wheel hooks, hardtop, because, I don't know, for whatever reason, I like hardtop backdraft Cobras. And I just 1,000 wheels going to be, it's like a fucking motorcycle. Like it's ridiculous. It's probably not going to run badass in the quarter. It's probably not going to do great in the autocross course, but it's going to scare the shit out of me when I go out on a Sunday night just to fucking, let off some steam. That would be my dream build. And that's like $100,000+ car. I want a badass engine, a 12-to-1 compression, TVS, badass fuel system, E85, big stupid side pipes, cam lobe too. Do the whole thing. Okay, so Ian Martha, channel support. Thanks for making my Tuesday nights. Thank you very much for listening, brother. I appreciate that. Boy, that's the better setting right there. Sounds really good. Dustin Jenkins says, sorry for not specifying. Another stock intake. Then the IMRCs are not hooked up properly. Either you did not hook up the IMRC tubing, meaning the one that goes to the cold air properly, or you did not plug in the IMRC shit in the back. You forgot. If you're throwing IMRC codes, make sure you don't have any circuit codes on top of the IMRC codes.
Well, it's probably not, I guess, happening on his, but aren't the IMRC plugs and the knock sensor plugs the same?
You might be able to...
Yeah, I think you can plug
They're
them
in
in,
the,
but
yeah, they're in the same harness in the back, and they're very close.
They're very close, so you might be able to fuck them up. Just make sure that you plug the right harness into the right place. Mr. Dustin Jenkins. Our Stage 3 says, how necessary is a CJ65 twin on a Gen 1 Roush 3 with headers? Stage 3. 1050X is tuned by you guys. Thanks for all the help, guys. You've helped me map out. A CJ65 is not necessary, but it is a good idea because it is a nice, bigger throttle body. Typically, you don't need tune changes, but it's probably a good idea to get an update just to make sure that the throttle body area and everything's happy. It is not necessary, but it is a nice bump in power, and it looks great under the hood. Instead of this cast junk-ass stock GT500 throttle body, you can have a nice, shiny Ford oval, labeled billet, CJ65, and you can say, look at my throttle body. But it does give you a little bump in power for sure, but it's not necessary. Turbo Legend says, what's this thing going to make on 16 pounds? A sleeper with their billet wheel, so sleeper Hellion, 62s, Boss 302, Boss 302 short block, Gen 2 heads, rings, Holley sheet metal intake, L&M intake cams, 3-inch, free-flowing FFL. What the fuck is that? Boost leash, CO2. Okay, 16 pounds, E85, 62s. Yeah, let's just, who cares if it's not? Let's just say 16s, twins, 62.
like 950.
950?
950, yeah.
Yeah, according to all the guys here, because they're the turbo guys. I'm the supercharger, just let go of the trans brake button and goes down the track guy. Dakota, what's your favorite crayon flavor? Raw, says Mr. Jimmy Jams.
It's a Marine Corps joke.
Gotcha. Chris, I guess. Chris says, you guys willing to tune Audi? We need tuners. No.
Don't those have motor issues on the new ones?
I don't know, but I'm going to have a Klondike bar. Heath. There we go. Oh, you like that? You hear me eat?
Big noises. There you go.
Like that, you fucking creep. Okay. Nathan Meckler says, did you see Alan Garrett going to the H with his SRA 6-speed Whipple Gen 3 Cobra? No. I love you guys. You Cobra guys put people up on the pedestal that I don't I've never heard of. I love it. Congratulations. I don't hear about Cobra stuff. Cobra stuff to me is like Fox body stuff to me. If someone says, did you see someone go 8s with a stock block 302? I care about as much as that as someone with a Gen 5 30 Cobra, whatever, going 8s. I saw a 8-second turbo Fox body stock bottom end Cobra, stock bottom end Fox body go 8s. Is that more impressive than a Gen 5 30 Cobra? Yes. A stock motor that we know is basically made of glass on a Fox body going 8s with turbos is infinitely more impressive than a Cobra doing it. So I apologize. I'm just not aware of anything going on in the Cobra world.
Ask him if it's an E5.
Good point.
I don't. Then I go into the rabbit hole. I can't go to the rabbit hole.
Lund still holds the record for the fastest tuned E5.
But this is a stick, so it's 8 seconds.
Yeah, so we 8-second.
But it's an auto.
Yeah, there's a C4. Manually shifted though.
You're right.
You were manually shifting it today.
Everyone's in London is feeding Alec good. Hey man, you liking this shit? You liking this beef? Fucking creep. Suggested RPM for launching right before ship breaks. Right? That's pretty good. I think.
Make it spin in the dial back.
I think Dakota today found out that leaving on a 4,200 RPM two-step is worse than slipping the clutch at 5,500 RPMs. So it all depends on how good you can slip the clutch, how sticky the track is, because ours was fucking sticky. Thank you, Jake Green. Thank you very much for doing a great job. So it all depends on your setup, your gear ratio, your power adder.
Yep.
You know, I used to launch at 6,000 RPMs with the TVS. Again, supercharger, getting it done. So love you. Been Lund tuned since 08. I have an 07 GT500. All right. Does it have a ZT2 package, I hope? Pretty much built everything. 10-to-1 compression, E85. Kenny built 4. Kenny Bell 4.0.
Yes,
Kenny Bell
I mean-
4.0. Yeah. No, I mean, it's Kenny Bell.
Trying to figure out who this is.
Makes 1,200 plus. Considering new Whipple 3.8, is it worth for efficiency and discharge times? One of those questions we can't answer, right? It's like, if we say yes, we're shitting on Kenny Bell. If we say no, we're shitting on Whipple. Let's just say this.
Or Sweden.
If you're making 1,200 plus, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
The fuck you want to make 1,250 for?
And
It's useless.
And 30 psi at 10-to-1 compression, and you're only making 1,200 plus.
Yeah, because the car I drove today was 25
5-ish.
psi, and it's like 1,100.
Yeah. And seniors 14s made, it's tickled 1,300 on 25.
He's talking shit. He's saying your shit's slow, Wobite. Just fucking with you. Honestly, this is what I'm going to say. If you're making 1,200 now, that is useless horsepower unless that is a track car. So I don't think there's any reason to upgrade anything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Cobra 600 said, did you take the shower to get those Klondike bars? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Remember the commercial? You don't. You're young as fuck. Young as fuck.
Why you always
Fuck.
say
Check
that? I
the
remember.
trash out.
Is the Coyote engine nearing the end of its life cycle? Yeah, it's gonna be replaced with the Godzilla. Get the fuck out of here. No, I don't think so. I think Ford is gonna keep it well into the X650. They're gonna do cylinder on demand shit. They're gonna basically do everything to this Coyote to make it last a little longer. And then until we hear something on the horizon, which we haven't, anything, nothing to replace the Coyote, we'll let you know, because we'll let you know. But there has been zero rumors of anything replacing the Coyote. And it won't be a fucking 7.3. Not even fucking close. Smoking that crack.
Life cycle, I mean, they've been making it since 2010.
Yeah, my block had April 2010.
10 years.
That's a
How
long
many millions of Coyote motors have been built?
F-150, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Mustang, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3.
There's still guys that are building 302-based pushrod motors that are badass. And they're, when was the first 289, 302?
64?
60 and a half, 65, the 260 motor, the 289, the 302.
The whole nine.
Yeah.
Ryan McDonald says 18350 with VCT disables during what? Above 6,000 RPM, 16,000 miles. VCT schedule mode leaves optimum power and goes into disables.
Check your oil.
Yeah, if it's our tune, it should not do that. If it's a VCT issue, make sure you don't have like low oil or super thin oil, or oil that's been driven for 10,000 miles. 10,000 mile oil. Fuck all that. Honestly, that's the first I've heard of a VCT issue on a 350.
Yeah.
I've heard it on turbo S550, big boost, but not on a
Remember
350.
a GT350 factory with that little slender filter uses 10.5 quarts of oil.
This isn't Junior, guys. You guys think the saying Junior. He's not. This is not Junior. Stop it. So, Senior,
Brandon.
get in tight, Senior. Get in tight. What are your thoughts, you first, on the Godzilla motor? I'm not going to say shit. You talk. Go ahead. Godzilla motor, go.
I don't know enough about it. Haven't been reading up on the Godzilla motor. When I hear 7.3 liter, I think of a 385 Series 460 back in the day. And I honestly could build one of those in my sleep and make more power than the 7.3 is with probably the same compression and a Holley carburetor. So, and all these power numbers I'm hearing, are they to the wheel? No, because no one has anything figured out on an ECU that goes in them for tuning to go into a transmission that's going to survive in anything unless it's a standalone. And then it's caveman tuning, dragging your knuckles, 12-to-1 compression, custom cam, pushrod BS. If I'm going to do pushrod BS, Guess what, guys? I'm gonna do a big small block. Kunz and Craft, long back in the day, 427 aluminum head, and I may not make 750, but I bet I could crack 700.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No problem. See, I didn't tell him. I didn't coach him. I wanted his unfiltered opinion. Brandon. Or Junior. Unfiltered opinion on the Godzilla. Go.
I mean, like, what's the market for? Like, you know, is it for swaps? You have the Coyote.
Swaps.
But it's too big. What does it fit in? Show me what it fits in.
F100s.
I mean, if that's your bread and butter, go do it, I guess.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the Coyote motor, it's King Daddy. It's going to be King Daddy for a long time for swaps.
But 12 to 5 compression, race gas, rods, and shaft mounted rocker system. It's about $15,000. Isn't that badass shit?
No. I mean, even the LS guys have those motors. I mean, what are you trying to reinvent?
There you guys have it. No coaching. Everyone that knows anything knows that this Godzilla is, in theory, great. Just like he said, nothing has been mated to a transmission and tuned with it, like a Ford Racing control pack. Nothing. It is on an engine dyno with a whole bunch of custom stuff, and people are just throwing parts at it. Why? To show the capabilities. Why not do that with an old 460 from a Lincoln? What do you think you could do with an old 460 punched out, rods, pistons, cams, shaft-mounted rocker system? An old 460. Could you make 700?
Get really close.
Exactly. But all of a sudden, I'm supposed to get my dick hard for this thing. I love you guys, and I love the people that love to try to bash me saying I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. If it's for your F-250 to tow your Midnight Express to the launch, no problem. I'm good with it. If it's for your F-100, no problem. It will never be in a Mustang from Ford. It will never be in a Mustang. Cafe standards, mile per gallon, gas guzzler tax on a GT. Really, guys, it's not going to happen. So stop trying to make it happen because it's not going to happen. Thank you. Thank you. Tell Senior this is Brandon Yates. Will bite 2. Tell Senior this is Brandon Yates.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I know Brandon.
He goes, IAT2s are starting to get out of hand, so I was looking for efficiency. So this is the Kenny Bell guy with 38 pounds of boost, making 100 horsepower.
Brandon, I would need more information. IETs are getting out of hand. What? Do you have an ice cell?
140 isn't out of hand.
Are you street driving the car and hitting it at 30 pounds of boost?
Like if Randall drove his car, it'd be through 200 IAT.
I remember Texas Mile stuff. I can't remember your setup, but it's been a while since then. But I don't think swapping blowers is going to fix your I2 issue. What intercooler do you have? Do you have a big intercooler from Kenny Bell also for the KB40? Because I have one on my car with a TVS, and that intercooler gets it. It works very well.
No issue.
He emailed us in with more information.
Yeah.
He's actually, Brandon's one of our dealers.
Oh, there you go.
In Louisiana.
Gotcha. Ian Martha says, EcoBoost Mustang or Godzilla Bronco? Which would you rather drive off a cliff? Godzilla Bronco. I'd love to drive right off a cliff. It's just get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Push it off the cliff would be funner.
Someone said it would be great for a 6.4 PS swap. I don't know what a 6.4 PS swap. Power Stroke. Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. 350 has an Amsoil. The 350 has Amsoil 550. That's your first mistake, and does it stock. And on the street only does it on the dyno. Locks look good, and also disables stock as well. No CELs. So you have a VCT issue. If it does its stock on the stock tune, and it does it on a aftermarket tune, no check engine lights, you have a VCT solenoid tensioner phaser issue. That has to be rectified. Sorry, Ryan. It's just there's an issue in the cam control, not in the tuning. Obviously, because the stock tune does it too.
What year is that car?
350, probably 16. I don't know what exact year. He didn't say. Let me see. Let me go up. What's his name? Ryan McDonald. Let me go up. There's the problem when I do this. There you go. It's 18.
Oh.
Yeah, fairly
Has
new.
a few upgrades on it.
Right. Looking for an alternate fuel for my MS-109 tune. Whipple Gen 1 stock fuel system with a BAP tune by Brandon. Unable to find it locally right now, but I'm looking to get to the track this weekend. Alternative to MS-109, 260 GT from Sunoco.
That might be hard to find.
C10.
Yeah.
Performance Plus, which is a VP product. Or Torco. Right? Torco.
Boostane.
Boostane.
We've actually been using Boostane.
Boostane's good. We like Boostane.
It's legit.
Boostane's legit. Yes, very much. He said it's a 2018. Yep. So according to Senior, those cars already have some upgraded parts. And if you're still having issues, unfortunately, you're going to have to kind of take it to Ford or check it to the phaser issue.
Take it back to Ford.
Exactly. Oh my God, Kyle Brandon, hold on. Does Lund ship tuners to Californians? Do we ship tuners to Californians, or we're not doing that? I can't answer that. He could plead the fifth. I don't know, but do you want to answer that question? You don't have to. You don't have
Well,
to.
we have a waiver for Californians for
Tuning.
disclosure for CARB, and they have to basically agree to the rules that CARB sets forth that states if you tune your car in our state, it's not CARB certified. And if it's not CARB certified, you can't operate that vehicle on a California road.
There you go. There you go.
You agree to that when you sign it, and then we'll tune it.
There you go. Now, whether we're shipping stuff over there, let's just keep that one vague.
Yeah.
Kyle Brandon gave me $100. Didn't say a goddamn thing. Guys, that guy's a bro. Love that guy. He's been supporting the channel for a very long time. Because of him, I was able to buy a converter and others. There's the Darren Oliver. There's Matt 2011 GT. I have been able, and Lund Senior and all the guys, I've been able to get a bunch of parts for the red car and still save up. You know, it's been very nice. So I have a converter coming. I have long tubes coming, and I got Steeda springs and a couple other things coming. So you'll be getting a ton of updates on the red car. Appreciate that, brother. Can we dream about an 8R200 10R80? I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
What are you talking about? We could do
Meaning second gear leave. It's a 9R200 already.
But does it shift to 10th in the
No. Tell Army to hurry on my Gen 3 10R80 twin turbo Helen kit. Elias Diaz, he says. So Elias Diaz, 1986. Tell Rami to hurry up on the Gen 3 10R80. He just finished the Odin today, and I'm gonna do look at some logs tomorrow and get him finished up. Why do LS men swear they are fast? Some are quick. Some are quick. I'm sorry. Some LS cars are quick. The ZR1 you don't think is a bad motherfucker? A badass built Z06 you don't think is a bad motherfucker? Come on, guys. Sorry. My backer says, tell Senior I grew up in Plainfield 2 at IBS. LOL.
Wow. Plainfield, Indiana.
Badass shit. Yeah. Omar Medina, Alex, why don't you lube the spark plugs on Coyotes? Tell them, Senior, why you don't put anti-seize on a spark plug.
I've put anti-seize on a spark plug.
Don't.
Not recently.
Not recently.
Not recently.
Changes the heat range. And it also, what's the other one? It changes. That's the main one. It changes the heat range of the plug, and something else that Juniors mentioned that I hadn't even thought about.
When the anti-seize gets hot, because there's a lot of heat going through there, it actually causes the plug to unseat. It'll come loose.
It'll come loose.
Because what's anti-seize do?
It prevents it from seizing. It anti-seize. I told this to my boss, my old boss, and he put anti-seize on his lug nuts on his 3/4 ton truck, and I'm driving and the lug nuts fell right the fuck off because they're spinning the opposite way. Yeah. Like, you stupid motherfucker. I just slammed the whole fucking table. David Jaffrey says, finally, Kyle Brandon has come to YDBT Nation. Kyle Brandon, welcome back. Thank you very much. I want Senior's jacket. I have that jacket. Hey, can we do a giveaway with that jacket?
Yeah.
Do we have extra?
I think these are Lund employee jackets, but I do think there may be a stash somewhere.
We'll see. We'll see what the
Fluid turbo and
Lund Racing, exactly. So this week's giveaway, before I get too into the weeds and blow off some Corvettes, because you know that where is it? No, that's not it. Where is he? Where's Mr. Shelby blowing off Corvettes?
Great enthusiasm. We were blowing the Corvettes off in the weeds.
Blowing Corvettes off in the weeds. Before I go too crazy and blow Corvettes off in the weeds, this week's giveaway, it's going to be an SETX4. For those of you that are interested in an SETX4, Matt 2011 GT donated one. Once it gets to Power by the Hour, I will make sure that I get you an SETX4. Now, I'll be giving stuff away later, but this is going to be this week's giveaway, whether you want it or not. It ain't up to me. I don't care. But the highest liked comment on this video will get a free new in box in the wrapper SETX4, and then I'll just send it off to you, and you can do whatever the hell you want with it. If you want to sell it, if you want to use it for your vehicle, I don't care. That is this week's giveaway, and you guys will be able to win that if you have the highest liked comment on this video. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. It's 9:43. I've been on for An hour and 43 minutes. I don't want to be on longer. I got to get to sleep and work and throw out 15,000 flex tunes tomorrow. So I need to get some sleep. Someone said Coyotes are slow. A Coyote 8,000. LS Power for the win. EMTM says, would you guys accept free hoodies from my company? I don't know if your company, I don't know what your company does. I don't know. What if it says, what if you got... What if you're the company that made the show Cuties on Netflix? I don't want nothing to do with that fucking company. Do you know what I am saying? So I don't know what your company is. Gabe M says, top mount 15 GT, twin turbo, making 815. Car runs great, but looking at lower engine bay temps. Ceramic coating, wraps, hood change, are they worth the trouble?
It depends on what kind of IATs he's talking.
He's talking engine bay temps. His engine bay is hot. Well, guess what? Welcome to the life of turbos, right? You know what doesn't get hot under the hood? Superchargers. Okay, so what you're gonna have to do is, honestly, I wouldn't wrap it. I'm not a big fan. I mean, you wrap your stuff, but it's race car shit. What would you do to lower engine bay temps? A heat extractor on the hood, put a blower on it, a cowl hood. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get the heat out of there, make it an easier path to get out of there.
My question is, what kind of tips, like, is he seeing, like, ECT tips?
I think he sees waves under his fucking hood and freaks the fuck out and goes, my car's going slow because it's sucking in turbo shit from under the engine.
I say watch your IATs if that's your...
Yeah, if your inlet air temperatures are not ridiculous, I really wouldn't worry about engine bay temps. If your IATs are ridiculous, then get the hot air out of there by making the path easier to get out of there. Hood, extractor, whatever. SK Performance Jeff says, gotta deliver that long bitch, yo. Checking out, sir. Thank you, SK Performance Jeff. Congrats on the 1,000 horsepower Cobra. We'll see what you guys got in store for that vehicle. Would you guys accept? I got that. Senior looking like Carol Shelby from the hood. Carlito Brigante sends his heavy duty regards. He is all full of Carlito's Way references. Throw the hood away, spray that shit, hit me up. Fan always on. 50 VTech says the fan's always on. That helps. Keep the fan always on. What can you replace the MT82 with a 2020 Mustang GT? What can you replace the MT82? Put a T56, but if you have MagnaRide and all that bullshit, you will lose your downshift rev matching. If you put any other transmission than an MT82 in a 19 and up Mustang, you will lose. Then you will lose downshift rev matching, and it is not up to me to shut off all these fucking codes. Guys, if you're selling transmission swap kits, make it easy. Make some kind of harness, that full shit. Make it plug and play, because then we have to shut off, if you have MagnaRide, all the MagnaRide shit, and it disables it. It's gone. Your downshift rev matching, gone. Then we have to make sure that we make sure that the gear ratio is accurate, so that we so that your upshift of rev matching works. Guys, there's a lot to be done to that. So if you're going to replace it, take all of that into account. I would keep that trans in it and have Ben build it if you're already thinking of replacing it. Pragmatic Lunatic says, thoughts on me putting my Gen 3 Whipple on the 5.0 in my 2018 F-150 Mustang. Mustang may need to go for a bit while I sort out some dating channel stuff. I don't think the kit's the same because it doesn't have provisions for map sensor, right? So it's not the same kit. So where are you going to put your map sensor? Unless you put it in a vacuum tree somewhere. But then I would honestly, Pragmatic Lunatic, talk to Whipple about it. Say, can my Gen 3 Mustang kit go into my F-150? And if not, what do I need to do to make it happen? That is a better question for Whipple, in my opinion. Seeing you're looking like a Dirk, like an Arab. 3.2 liquid cooled. Else, I like how they go 3.2 liquid cooled. What is the liquid cooling it, Raw Roush? What liquid is cooling that? What liquid is cooling that? Intercooler. So aren't they all liquid cooled?
All the new ones are. Yeah.
I'm saying, aren't all superchargers liquid cooled? Unless they're saying the case.
The front case is what they're...
Why does it need cooled?
Oh, no, it's patented.
Interesting.
Can't be copied.
Can't be copied. David Jefferson Sr. out here looking like David Kleinfeld just did time and got out of the joint. All Carlito's Way references. Great movie. It's a good thing. David Kleinfeld is the Jew lawyer who backstabbed Carlito and gave him up to the Italians. Ben Calamar is working on the MT82 4D turbo blankets. People telling the guy about, lowering hood temps. Okay, I'm going to get out of here, guys, before the questions get crazy and anyone else starts paying. Thank you, everyone, for this has been an insanely successful talking shit episode. I will start releasing videos slowly about all of the things that happened today at the track. I want to thank Senior for being on board and letting us take the day off, go to the track, and get after it. I want to thank Brandon for just being here because he's a badass running 9.0s all day. Badass shit, 1,100 horsepower. But hopefully you guys comment on this video. If you want to win the SCT X4, have the highest liked comment on this video, you'll get yourself an SCT X4. Let me get out of here. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for listening. See ya.